Hi, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I'm having a very slow morning because I was out late last night and I am too old to be going out late, which is funny because I'm going out late again tomorrow, but I'm just living my best life. So because I'm so tired, I don't really want to do anything big. So I'm just going to get ready and Chatty get ready with me. And it's funny because as I was thinking about doing this, I was like, I want to do like a natural makeup. It's very hard for me to do natural makeup. Not a no makeup. Like I'm still going to be wearing makeup. I'm not trying to pretend that I'm not. But I always do too much. Always too much. Even when I'm like, oh, I want to do something quick and easy, it always looks like too much. So I'm really going to try to like tone it down and keep it down. Not for any real reason other than I'm just tired and I don't think it's going to take any faster. It's actually probably going to take me longer because I'm filming this. But let's just like go on this journey together and see if I can pull off a low-key makeup look. Okay, we're going to get started with the Nyx Bear With Me primer. I really like this stuff. It's like a jelly primer, and what I really love about it is that every time you use it is like the first time you're using it because it like settles back down. So every scoop is the first scoop, even though it's not. But I really do like this. I feel like it's very long wearing. Makes my makeup look very nice. And I'm gonna let that sit for a second or two. Take another sip of my coffee. I made a latte today. It's very foamy. I don't know if you can see. I don't want to spill. My skin is doing a little bit better, so I'm not going to go in with the NARS. I'm going to go in with a different concealer today. I'm going to go in with the Milani Conceal and Perfect concealer. I am in the shade Light Nude. I think it's a pretty good match. I'm going to use a hand mirror today because I feel like whenever I use my standing mirror, I like duck down too much. I wanted to talk about a book I just finished because my little header on my page says makeup, books, and something else. So I want to hold true to the book side of things until I decide not to, and then I'll change it. But I just finished Clara and the Sun by Kazuko Ishiguro, who I really like. I've read a few of his books, and I think they're fantastic. They're always kind of surreal and otherworldly, but not in like a fantastical, magical kind of way. It's just like we're in the future, not an alternate reality, but like different. You know, Never Let Me Go had to do with like clones. And I just finished Clara and the Sun, which had to do with AI, like artificial intelligence, artificial friends, which I'm guessing were like android or robot people that human people bought for companionship. It was a really interesting story, but I don't know, something about halfway through, I just got really annoyed with it. One of the main characters, not the robot, her name was Clara, but the Clara's person, her name was Josie, she was just kind of despicable. Like, I just really didn't like her. I don't know if it was supposed to be just like because she's a teenager, and I'm like, no way, but I don't know. It just seemed, I don't know. It was a really weird book. Beautifully written, but I don't know. I really don't know how I felt about it. I finished it just yesterday, so I'm still kind of like digesting it. Has anybody read that? Clara and the Sun? I still want to read more of his books. I guess I've only read Never Let Me Go, which they made a movie about, and I think the movie was not so good in comparison. But what movie adaptation really is? I'm gonna use my hand mirror. I'm going in with the Fenty Soft Prep Soft Matte Pro Filter and my Auric Glow Lust. I really just want to finish this. It's so close to being empty. This is also almost gone too. My Rare Beauty 4-in-1 Setting Mist. I am getting ready for work, so I'm going through my normal, I want to make it last routine. But yeah, I did listen to that book. It was an audiobook, and I don't know. Again, beautifully written. I really love the way he writes. It's very, I don't want to say sparse, but very, it's not flowery language. It doesn't, you know, over explain or over describe things, which sometimes can be not enough in some instances, but normally the prose is just perfect. He says exactly what he needs to say and describes things in such a way that you don't need extra. I will say this world that he built, though, there were things in it that I didn't really understand. I mean, it seemed like not post-apocalyptic, but anti-capitalist. They talked a lot about fascism and caste systems. And I don't know if I'm just not smart enough to really understand it, but I wish they had gone in and explained a little bit more about what this system is and why the world is like that, and how these artificial friends came to be, and like why the world wanted and needed that. Also, the technology behind it would have been really interesting to know about, because they talk about Clara's potential goal is to continue Josie. Josie is sick and ill and might die, and they picked Clara because of her observational skills and how intuitive and different she is from other AFs, and they wanted that for the potential to basically upload Josie into Clara in the event that Josie dies. So Josie would continue on through Clara, which again, kind of weird. Spoiler, it didn't happen. But they talk about like being lifted and other instances where like Josie's sister died, and it just, there wasn't enough context for me. It was kind of like we were thrown into this world, which I do like. I like it when you're just in it, but I just kind of wish there was a little bit more to explain where we were and why we were, not necessarily how we were. But I still thought it was a good book, a good read. I don't know. I haven't decided what I want to rate it yet. I feel like maybe a good solid 3 out of 5, because I am left with questions and I don't know, just a feeling. So I don't know. Anyways, I guess that's all I have to talk about books. I'm a little bit in a book burnout, and that might have been the only book that I've read this month. It is the end of April, and that I think that's the only book that I've read this month. I can't remember if I've read any other, minus like my book club book, which I technically read in March. So I think I finished it in April because it was a long read. But this is the Rare Beauty Eye Primer. I like it. I'm using all of my like Project Pan stuff today. My 22 and 22. Which actually, this Rare Beauty primer is not on it, but it will be because I finished my other primer. So I'm rolling in a new one. And I guess I already misspoke. I'm not using all of my my stuff because I don't want to use my Pan That palette. I don't know why. I'm on the outs with it. I think it gives me dermatitis. I think it's so old that the formula's just gone bad. So I'm going to go in with this Visart Neutral Matte Eyeshadow. I thought this had a different name, but I don't think it does. But again, I'm trying to go simple. I'm trying to go easy. So I want to do an all matte look. Nothing wild, no big colors. Just neutral matte. Grab some, maybe do a little bit more just crease definition than anything else, but gonna go in first with, I'm gonna dip into both these two. Boop, boop, boop. But yeah, I just haven't really been in a reading mood, which I'm a reader. I love reading. I read every night before bed, but I do distinctly remember literally like a week's worth of no reading. I wouldn't read before bed. Normally every Sunday I sit in my little reading nook and I read for hours, like until I'm starving or finish a book. And I haven't done that in probably 2 weeks. I'm just like, I'm burnt out. I'm burnt out. I'm tired. I've had a hard time getting into books. It's a rough time. It's hard when your hobbies don't bring you joy. But now I'm going to go into, again, kind of dip between these two browns. And that might be all I do. I'm going in with this little tiny brush. These Vizart palettes, I have two, are beautiful. The mattes are just one, well, they're all matte, but the formula is so nice. They blend so well together. They're very pigmented. I love them. I love them. But yeah, just burnt out in general of life. And it makes my hobbies hard. Even like makeup. Like I started this YouTube, I don't know, just a few weeks ago, and I was like ready. I was like, I'm gonna film all the time. I'm gonna have stuff to film and upload all the time. This is the first one I've filmed in 2 weeks. And some of it's stuff that I can't post anyway because Monochromatic May is coming up and I wanted to focus on that. I have not. I had a head start and I did not take advantage of that head start. But that's okay. I'm not worried about that. But I wanted to just really focus on Monochromatic May. So I wasn't focused on filming. And now here we are. So like literally I think that's all I'm going to do with my eyes. I will be wearing a wing because why wouldn't I? And that's what I mean. Like this isn't a no makeup look. I just wanted it to be less than what I usually do. Which is color. Well, even if it's neutral, it's like shimmer and multiple shades on my lid. Smoke out the bottom. Just super natural today. But anyways, again, book burnout. Having a hard time getting into books. But you know what I'm not burnt out of? Adding more books to my to be read list. I have not slowed down on that. I have so many books that I see and I'm like, oh, that looks good. I want to read that. I'll put in, of course, they're all new books or popular books. So they're all checked out through Libby at the library. So I had to put a hold in. And I put all these holds in and they all come in at once. I think that was part of it, was that so many books came in at once. And I just couldn't commit or get through any of them. And I know I can request them again. But for some reason, I was just like, I can't read these. I can't read these. I can't request them again. I lost my opportunity. I lost my chance. Very silly, I know. Again, not a Project Pan 22 and 22 because I dropped it. That was my Charlotte Tilbury. And this is the CoverGirl True Blend Pressed Powder. It's not as good. It's not as good as the Charlotte Tilbury. But you know what? It does the job and it's a fraction of the price. So I'll get another Charlotte Tilbury for sure. But I'm going to wait until there's a need. I'm not going to just go out and replace it because this really does a very decent job. I'm going to go in with the Milani Sunlight Silky Matte Bronzer. All right. For my blush, I will be using the ColourPop Tulip to Quit. Making very good progress on that. I really like this blush. It kind of is my everyday go-to brush. I wear it with just about everything unless it's a cooler toned look, which I need a new cool toned blush. I have like one and it's part of a trio and it's like the only one I use from that trio. And I just want like a pinkier one. The one that I have is like a cool toned mauve-y kind of look and I like it, but I don't have any like true pinky blushes or cool toned blushes. Blush is my least favorite thing ever. If I didn't need it, but I do, I need some color, some life, but I wouldn't wear it if I could get away with it. If I could get away with not. All right. And then the Mary Luminizer from the Balm is my highlight, which I've hit pan in, thankfully. Making progress, 22 and 22. I feel like I might actually pan some of these items. That blush, for sure, absolutely, will be done by the end of this year. This highlighter, I don't know. It took a very long time to hit any kind of pan in it. And it's progress for sure, but that's still a lot of product. A lot. And this is also where I get away from the natural look because I don't believe in natural highlighter. I believe in being seen from space. It's all I want in the world. I want you to see my highlighter. Okay, so that's the look thus far. Simple. I think we're achieving the goal. I'm gonna go in with, I think, a black liner. I'm gonna use this Araceli Ojos Perfectos liquid eyeliner. My best friend gave this to me, and I love it. It's so good. I'm actually surprised it still works for as long as I've had it. It's just perfect. The concentration. Smack myself in the face. Not gonna lie. I did a very cute look yesterday for an event that I went to. My wings were perfect. They were so good. I was so impressed with them. I do winged liner like almost every day, and some days they're great. Some days they are second cousins twice removed, and I just go with it. But yesterday, identical twins, for sure. I just blocked my eye the whole time for that, I'm sorry. Such concentration. I just can't see that far away. Brows. I have been doing my brows a lot more lately. I've been using this Revolution brow gel, very aptly named, and I'm using the color dark brown, which I got when I had first colored my hair just this last time, and I had dark brows. I mean, really dark hair. It's faded quite a bit, so I think my brows look like bam because they're so dark, but I also really kind of like it, so because these are dark. But the other one that they had, like just regular brown, just didn't seem enough. But yeah, these are very dark. But again, I don't hate it. If your eyes, what is it? Eyes are the windows to your soul, and brows are the frame. Do my little freckle. Lottie London Freckle Tint. Literally, it's the only freckle I make. And then I bring it just like that. Is it necessary? No. Do I hate when I forget to put my freckle on? Yes. I'm gonna try this Lash Sensational again. I haven't been loving it. I've actually not been loving any of my mascaras. I'm really frustrated because none of them are giving me like the look that I need. I need just to go get the Revlon Bad Gal Lash or Big Bad Lash because that one never disappoints. But I just bought 3 new mascaras. I can't buy another one. So we will try this one again. This one is getting better with age, though. I will say that. I do think it applies better now than it did like 2 weeks ago. But then that happens. Then it gets like super clumpy. And I definitely don't want to go in with a second coat when it does that, because it's just going to make it worse. But then I don't achieve the look that I want. It's fine. First world problems. I meant to go in with setting spray, and I always try to do that before putting mascara on because I feel like it just softens it and that causes the transfer. But I forgot, so I'm going to go in now. This is the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. I very much enjoy this. And I go in with a lot. Why? I don't know, because it's getting humid outside. I sit in an office, so I'm not really exposed to the weather or anything. But I don't know, I'm just very heavy-handed with my setting spray. And I will go through and powder once more. Not quite dry, but dry enough. Oh, so one thing that I really like to do when I'm doing like natural makeup, like my go-to makeup, if I do basically very little and just a wing, I like to go in with white on my waterline. Just a nice little pop. Just like that. And even though I'm going very natural today, I'm feeling like a red lip. And there's only one red lip that I like to wear these days, and that's the Gwen Stefani Give Matte Red Lipstick. Be right back. I'm gonna get that. Let me tell you what. This lipstick, I got it through Octoly, and I think if I hadn't gotten it through Octoly, it never would have even been on my radar. I don't need another red lip, but I don't even think I chose it. Like, I chose the campaign, but it was just like special lipstick. It didn't have like a description or anything, and it didn't tell me it was through Give or anything. But I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Very seldom do I get chosen through Octoly, although I'm on a little bit of a spree with them. So when this came in, I was honestly a little disappointed, not gonna lie. I was like, I don't need another red lipstick. But let me tell you what. This lipstick is A, stunning, look at that, and B, lasts all day. When I wore this to work last time, I'm wearing it to work again today. When I wore it to work last time, I think I put chapstick on over it. I put Carmex on as one tends to do to kind of like freshen it up. I ate lunch. I drank numerous cups of coffee and water throughout the day. Never once did I reapply more for the whole work day. Like 8+ hours I had this on. So like that's gonna be today. Although I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna take this off because I haven't brushed my teeth yet. I need to brush my teeth, but then I will reapply, and I will not reapply for the rest of the day. It's fantastic. So I'm probably gonna just tie my hair back for work anyway, with like a clip or something, because I can't be bothered. But this is my look today. Let me know, did I pull it off? Is this natural? It's not super big like I usually do, right? I think it looks good. I'm very pleased with how this turned out. But yeah, thanks for getting ready with me. Thanks for chatting. Let me know if you've read that book, Clara and the Sun, or if you've read anything else by Kazuko Ishiguro, and if you like him or not. Well, that's all I have for this chatty get ready with me. A little bit of book talky, a little bit of makeup-y, beautiful look, if I say so myself. Okay, that's all I got. Have a great rest of your day, wherever you are, and I will see you next time. Thanks.